1, 2, get down! Paid the cost to be the boss.
Urban, genteel, nicely turned out. It asks to be shot in a flattering light, for care to be taken to find its best angle. It models its way through the day. Each of its details is well executed. Its glowing forks, its bright headlight, exposed monoshock at the rear, upturned pipes, they're all made to make it look good. There's something about BMW's G310 GS that suggests it should sally forth from some private entrance, picking its way amongst manicured hedgerows. It wends its way neatly through city streets, navigating minor humps and bumps on its way to work, with even the clouds in the skies not unsettling its grand progress. Much of the time, its serene management of what the city throws at it leaves its rider happily buzzing along with few cares in the world. It's a feel-good ride. This is an adventure bike made to know exactly what its day holds and not to have any sudden frights. It's comfy to ride too. 1 or 2 up, the seat is fine, the posture is comfortably upright and commanding, and it really does make for pretty well a perfect urban commuter, deftly switching between a bit of open road and the challenges of tighter spaces. At 170 kilos, it's not very heavy, making it even easier to handle at the slower speeds it's going to do for most of its life. BMW have produced a new engine, and in the great scheme of German engineering, that is a big deal. This one is a touch over 300 cc's and a single cylinder. It pumps out about 34 horsepower, which is no big deal, but somehow it's plenty to keep this bike moving along nicely. There's tons of lovely detailing on the bike, mirrors of a high quality, switchgear that looks and feels BMW, well-spec'd brakes that do their job, comfy seat for plush seats, good grab handles. It's all very grown up for a very young bike. This particular one was especially vain, even sporting the nameplate J-Lo. Like nearly every car manufacturer, BMW Motorrad, the motorcycling arm of BMW, has been trying to figure out how to sell more and more bikes, and also how to get people involved in the brand earlier and at lower cost. BMW have been pretty obvious about what they're doing here. They know how to make GSs. So, what they've done is produce a little bike. They call it a 310, I guess so that it doesn't sound just like a 300cc bike, which is pretty well what it is. And they produced it not in a standard road-going form only, which is the G310R, but actually in the G310 GS, which uses pretty well all the aesthetics of its bigger brothers. The beak nose, the higher seat, and the generally adventure bike-looking shape of the whole thing. Motorcycling generally is struggling to pick up new entrants. In Europe, this bike addresses the need for a higher quality bike for new riders who need the reassurance of quality and technology at a lower price on a bike which is not dynamically challenging. You do get some engineering innovation. The engine has been turned around, and the point of that is to give the greatest length to the swing arm, which in turn gives the greatest stability to the bike. You need to be in the right gear all the time, or else the struggle's a touch, but in a way that's fun. It reminds you to match your progress with the engine and transmission, which in these days of overpowered bikes we all tend to forget. The question for us is, do we like it? And the simple answer is yes and no. It has, for example, one special trick. If you want buzzy balls, it'll keep you happy as Larry. There really is quite a vibration going on between your legs at some RPMs. Generally though, it's a great bike as 300cc bikes go. It's well made and does everything you'd want, comfortably and with some character. It makes you feel you're on a BMW, though it's hard to identify exactly why. When you take it onto the motorway, it feels all right. Let's go. We predict it'll succeed big time. It's a tremendously reassuring starter bike in markets where 300cc's is small. It's a bike with great allure in markets where 300cc's is big. This is a bike that completely trades on BMW's brand equity. There's more in the badge than the engineering, and we think BMW will have to start building in a lot more technology as this new model evolves. For now, we just applaud them for getting more people more interested in more bikes, at a lower price and with a less challenging configuration than they've ever managed before. So, in our eyes, this bike's a pheasant. A lot more feather than bird, but lovable all the same.